What's that song of Barman?
Hey, bartender.
Maybe we don't sing, guys.
Maybe we don't. Yeah. Maybe we maintain shut up.
Wait. So I've been having an issue with our civil servants. So last week the doctors striked.
Yes, they did.
And the president, the entire those doctors.
The health sector is on strike. It's on lockdown.
Actually, the privates are working.
Privates are working. For them, they're working dimes. For them, they're kawa. But you, if you're a public servant in health, things are tight.
And it doesn't happen only here. Even when we're in Kenya, it happened all the time. It's a continuous
that one
decision in their minds on who strikes now, between teachers, doctors, even here. If it is not teachers this year or this quarter, it will be doctors next. The judiciary were on and off. And it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs where you have to sort of strike. And it's a lot sadder for the medical fraternity, because for them, people die.
They die?
Teachers, it's okay. People will be stupid sometimes, no matter whether you teach them or not. So
stupidity is just
some people, it's a choice.
But those doctors, they have an oath that they swear. It's called the doctor's oath. I forget that exact term.
And one of the things is I'm not supposed to allow somebody to...
Exactly.
They're supposed to preserve life as a rule once you go into that profession. So it's very sad, especially when the medical guys decide to kill it.
But they did not entirely say we're not going to be there 100%. Emergencies, the doctors said we shall attend to emergency cases. But
this is the thing
where's the line?
This is the thing about medicine. What would come in as a guy saying I have a headache is an emergency. Just you don't know about it.
Yes.
You don't need to see the guy's stomach open to know there's an emergency. The guy can just say I have a headache. Kumbe he's bleeding internally. You know what I mean? So the word emergency ceases to be important if you're not going to check everybody. Because you can't tell an emergency from face value. Some you can, some you can't.
But anyway, when you're going to the hospitals, you don't
know that it's an emergency.
You don't know it's an emergency. But not only that, they're not there. The doctors are not there.
I have a stomach ache. I'm going to an emergency. Kumbe, you have a bleeding ulcer.
Those things.
You're dying any minute.
That's right.
So, but it brings the question of what exactly is the problem?
Listen, what it comes down to is this. It comes down to dimes. For a long time now, doctors have been doing what? Asking for a pay rise. Not only doctors, I think there's even medical interns and all of that. The figures I'll have to try and remember. But basically, that's what it comes down to. We do not have the facilities and the dime to operate. Cost of living has gone up as we are here for... That is the genesis of the problem.
And I agree with them. Yes, the money is not enough. I don't dispute it. Here's the question, Gaetano, Kagwa, Juko.
Why do you have to say all my names now?
Just so that you wake up. So when your mother calls you all your names, you know you have done something wrong.
You've done something wrong.
Do you think in your current 2 jobs, do you think you get paid what you're worth?
Listen here.
Answer my question first.
I'm answering. Boss, be easy. Come slowly.
Yes or no?
Do I get paid enough?
Do you get paid what you're worth in your mind?
I want to be paid more.
Do you get paid?
Everybody wants to be paid more.
Do you paid what you're worth in your mind?
No.
Thank you. Now, my question is this. It's a personal issue. Everybody to date, except maybe the president, who I think in his mind he thinks he gets paid enough. It's okay. Everybody else is not paid enough. Everybody else should be getting more. I can ask every single person here. Marcus, should they be getting more? Yes, Marcus, I should.
Marcus, please do not compare apples and oranges.
No.
A doctor and a nurse, these people save lives. Me, I'm here on TV. Hey, how are you? Good morning, good evening. I'm entertainment. These are people who save lives, for crying out loud.
You also save a life. Do you know what you're doing now? Now there's a guy smiling. And he's going to be happier tomorrow because of your rubbish. So I don't want, and please note, I'm not watering down the profession in any way.
No, it's just serious.
I am not watering it down by any means. My point is, the same way I'll say that we are nothing as a community without teachers. Everything that we get from our lives of who we want to be in life is a teacher, okay? A teacher is going to teach you everything you're going to get, all the way to university. He has as much right to a pay rise as somebody who's going to put things on your chest and tell you are going to die in 2 weeks.
I want you to think about it as economies of scale. Supply and demand, all right? Me, the person who's getting the treatment, I demand to get well.
Yes.
And therefore, the supply needs to be there from the doctors.
Yes.
Think about it. We demand sports. We want to see Messi scoring. We want to see so how much are these football and sports personalities being paid? millions and millions and millions.
Why?
Because I demand it as a viewer, as a fan.
And you pay for it.
And they pay for
So
it.
they get, so they can do it, yes.
I personally believe doctors who save a life, but they're saving lives. These guys should be, my demand is huge. And therefore, the supply needs to be there, and they need to even be paid more than even personalities, sports personalities.
On that part, sir, we are 100% together.
But it's been twisted.
Here's the problem.
How can a medical doctor and a nurse be paid peanuts?
Here's the problem, sir.
And meanwhile, you have to go through these figures. You have to understand what exactly they want.
Yeah, and what they want in comparison to what is possible is another story, and this is the issue here. Somewhere you pay for whatever it is you want to pay to be able to see the footballers. You pay whatever they ask you for, correct? Because you want it. You will pay, and you will find that money somehow. On your list of things to do in the Gaetano household, there's food, there's clothing, there's electricity, there's blah, 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 necessities.
Health.
It's there. Also, there's entertainment. In entertainment, there's all your channels that you pay for because you really must see Messi score. If that guy asks you for $100 a month, you will pay $100 a month. Okay? Now, in health, which you probably
it's on my list.
Top of the list.
It's on my list.
Probably top of the list. And they have said you need to pay X to get good health care.
Yes, I need.
You pay for it.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Now, this is now the public institution. In the same docket, the same way you have the Gaetano budget, the government has a list of priorities.
And health is not one of them, obviously.
Sadly.
You understand? Okay, what do the doctors want? What do they want to get? They want an increase of salary of medical interns from 960,000.
These interns?
Interns from 960,000 to 8.5.
What?
Million.
Say that again and say it without laughing. 960,000 to 8.5 million.
To 8.6 million, roughly. You're laughing.
That is a...
You're laughing. You're laughing. When the same medical person comes to you and says, oh, I'm not going to give you treatment because I'm not being paid, will you laugh? Will you laugh? Will you laugh?
No, that's a 1,000% increment. Gaetano. When has that ever been possible? And again, this is the same small pool of money of 23 trillion that the ACOL has collected. It's the same one that you want to build roads. It's the same one that you want to give you security. It's the same one that you want to give you UPE. It's the same one that you want to... And then you're asking for 960. You're earning 960 now. Then you want to go to 8.5 million.
Okay, what is the cost for you to live, to be alive?
I'll pay for it, and I work hard so that I pay for it. My point is this. Marcus, you're moving from 960 to 8.5. Get serious.
Okay, you think that's bad? Medical teaching staff...
And this is an intern.
Hold on, that's
you haven't even graduated properly.
Fine. Your medical teaching staff want to earn, what? They were looking at 15 million plus a car?
That's what they want?
Yeah. Senior consultants go from, I don't know what even them they want, but basically something about a house, a car, and...
the senior doctors, for them I know.
Yeah.
They want 48 million. Yeah. That's the salary of a high court judge.
So you're saying a high court judge is more important than somebody who's in a medical fraternity, and I'm a senior consultant in the health industry, in the health department or whatever? Who is more important, a person in the court or a person in the,
they are both important.
On the operating table?
They are both important. They are both
Give them what they want. Give them what they want.
No.
Why do you think we are having in Uganda a huge brain drain effect? Because guys are not being paid.
No, because the economies they are going to are bigger. They can afford it. We can't.
Marcus,
if somebody was saying that they're earning...
Marcus,
we cannot afford it. It'd be simple as that. Something else will go wrong and you'll be like, but we have money in Uganda.
But do you know why? Do you know what flipped the tide? And even the Minister of Health, what's her name? Doctor. She said, the turning point was when the MPs got 29 million each to go and consult. You have been fighting for your dimes to help you as a doctor. And they're giving you excuses, we don't have money, we don't have money.
The total amount was how much? 29 times?
29 times what?
30-something billion.
13 billion or something. Okay, whatever the amount was. Do you understand? And then all of a sudden you give 29 million each to these MPs to go and consult. That was the turning point when they said, what? So don't tell me that there's no money. For crying out loud, the money is there.
You see, here's the problem. And I am not going to talk because I don't work for the preference, neither do I work for government. I don't know. All I'm saying is, whatever it is that you're asking for, 960,000 to 8.5 million, this is a recurring expense. 3.5 billion is a one-off payment. It's never coming back. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Marcus,
as somebody who runs a business, you know that your biggest problem is, I can invest in the business to start. It's a one-off expense. 3.5 billion is a one-off expense. A recurring budget of 8.5 million for interns. I have to find that money every goddamn month.
Yeah, you better.
Year on year.
Yeah.
That's a recurring expense.
And it is there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It is there, Marcus. It is there. Let me tell you something. We just mentioned... No. If you can't understand the difference between a recurring expense and a one-off. I understand the difference, but this is my point. You have health complaining. You have judiciary, prosecutors, state prosecutors saying, you're not paying us enough. You have education in universities, all saying the same thing. We're going to lay down our tools. What is the theme here, Marcus? That people are greedy. Apart from that, the theme here, Marcus, is that these are institutions that are being failed. Being failed by Gava. That's my opinion. You can't have all these people complaining. There's something wrong. The common theme is Gava not doing their part.
No. Well,
that's my opinion.
Here's the thing.
That's my opinion.
On health, in general, and I say this very clearly, and I don't mince my words, we have failed as health in this country. Probably to a certain extent.
And meanwhile,
to a certain extent, education. But the problem with the education problem came when we started UPE. Again, personal opinion. But in the quest for doing UPE, it was purely to educate more, decrease our illiteracy rates. Has it worked? Maybe. Is it a bigger problem? Maybe. Because now you have, again, 300 people being taught by, 1,000 people being taught by... Now, the question to you is this. The question to you, Gaetano, is this. Were we better off as a country when we didn't have UPE, literacy-wise? It's another debate. Okay? Our education budget has almost quadrupled from the time we started UPE. And because we did it, because we said we were going to do it, so we did it. Okay? You didn't go through UPE, neither did I. Maybe we'll have someone and say, how bad is UPE, how good is UPE? But that has helped. You will then see people, and I had the pleasure, let me finish, I had the pleasure of being with the president as he was talking about education. And he said, we started this UPE
See, he's your uncle.
No,
that's why you're with him.
Listen. He said, we started this thing and we said, please, if you want this thing to actually work, parents need to, small money, pay. You are paying it fully. We have taken 80% of that, pay the 20. The 20 became a problem. They said, no, don't. We don't have that 20. You government pay for everything. I said, how do you?
Marcus,
when do you think I will be able to increase power in this country? When do you think I'll be able to increase the salary? These doctors that you've been asking for, that salary has been going up year on year. Every time they strike, money goes up.
They deserve it, Marcus.
I don't dispute it.
They deserve it.
I started this conversation by asking you, do you think you earn right? No. Nobody does not deserve what they're asking for it. Yes, they deserve it. I've not said no, they don't. But from 960,000 for an intern to 8.5 million, but not to be more serious now.
No, Marcus.
You're a goddamn intern.
Marcus, you have to remember something else as well. You and I can probably afford private health, care. All right?
To you,
I'm sorry. Oh, so no. Sorry. Yeah. By the way, you're paying today. And I don't know if you can agree with me on this one, Jonah. MPs and all these top government officials, for them, they can afford, and maybe even me and you, can afford to fly out if need be for medical assistance. Am I lying or am I lying? Am I lying or am I telling the truth, Jonah?
You're not lying.
They can fly out, Cynthia. But the general, maybe the average person,
yes.
Cannot, yes? They can't. So they don't see the desperation of what is happening. Listen, and we're not only talking about payment of salaries, even facilitation.
Which facilitation?
The facilities.
The medical facilities.
Are so bad. So don't talk to me about, they can't afford your salary. Even that you can't fix? Come on, man.
What did I say? I said health, we have failed. Did I not say that?
No, you did, but then you kept now doing a recurring cost.
I said it. And if you're going to tell me that...
Marcus.
No. You have made your point, now listen.
No. No.
You cannot talk then say no. You're the worst kind of discussion.
No.
Listen, you idiot. The problem, I'm not saying that this thing is good. We are feeling rosy. We are the best health sector in the world. No, we are far from it. We are very badly off. My problem is for you to sit back and say that because I'm in the medical industry and I save lives, therefore, give me 960,000, move it to 8.5 million. Say double it. Then we start that discussion there. Say, give me $1 million from 960. Give me 1.5 from 960. It's a discussion worth having. But Marcus, moving you to 8.5 million, you are just really being selfish as a human being.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you are not.
As a doctor, as a medical nurse, doctor, you want 15 million.
Hold on a second. And 15 million is a drop in the ocean. It's a drop. It's a drop. You look around at other countries and the medical... Okay, you look at Rwanda, which has a very good health sort of institution. Everybody has access to health. Everybody can go and actually be treated.
Yes.
They have a smaller economy, granted.
Yeah, 8 million.
You understand?
Okay, 9 now, I think.
But honestly, if you can't...
We are 40. We have bigger problems.
But we're a bigger economy than Rwanda, so therefore, and Kenya is a bigger economy than us, and so they're better than us as well.
I've not said that we are doing well in health, Guy. I've not jammed that part. We're saying the same thing there.
So what are we arguing about then?
We're arguing about 860,000 to 8.5.
What is it? No, Marcus. No.
There is why I fail you.
No, Marcus.
Yes, health, we're failing. Yes, it needs to get better. I agree.
Okay.
But
No.
To 8.5 million.
That's just the interns. I mean, we talked about the senior consultants, the doctors.
It starts with small things like that. If you can't agree on small things of interns.
If you are a doctor and you're not being paid your worth, what would you do?
But again,
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Jonah.
One more before you answer. The worth is about, do you get paid what you're worth here?
Not really.
Thank you. Don't ask me what get paid what you're worth. Nobody gets paid what they're worth. We all know it. So don't ask such a question.
And you have a
but
right.
We're talking about health.
Yes.
Yes. Any sector.
If someone is dying any time.
If that was the case, there would be no medical care, because then that guy would say, I want 200 million, or this guy dies. You cannot keep working like that.
Marcus, you can't talk like that.
You can't keep saying that you have to pay this guy what is worth. His worth is his opinion.
No. Okay.
It's his opinion.
You see, you're talking from a position as somebody who can afford.
No.
Yes, you are.
I'm talking it from a
You are.
Listen, I'm saying to you, Gaetano Kagwa. Okay.
Listen.
If they tell you, okay, they tell you very, very clearly, Gaetano, today we are going to pay you exactly what you think you are worth. That figure that you're currently getting will probably quadruple. Am I lying?
Probably.
Now, I'm saying to you that this is what we think, based on everything else, economies of scale, available budget, the kind of size of economy we are, everything, a company, this is what we think we can afford to give you. Listen, month on month, whether we make the money, whether we don't, this one you will get. Whether we do what, you will get this money, no questions asked. Okay? You will get that money. Now, I'm saying.
But Marcus, you've overspoken. You don't allow me to talk.
Okay, sir.
You've talked and talked, even saliva is finished. When am I going to talk?
Talk, sir.
I don't have even forgotten what I was going to say. No, really.
Okay, talk.
I don't know what I was going to say. You made me forget.
Let's have a drink. This guy is about to punch me. Let's have a drink. I'm sorry, sir.
I have some friends of mine coming here.
For?
I want to talk us to discuss this situation.
Which one?
You know that one when you're with your wife? And then she tells you, you want to get busy, and then she pretends to... But it's a pretend.
Of we have reached?
Yeah, we have reached. Yeah, I've got my singer friends coming.
You're joking?
I don't kid you not.
You're joking?
I am not lying.
And we are going to discuss what?
Fake orgasms.
Enter here. Where are we suffering with doctors when we can discuss? Nice topics.
Let's take it. At least that one we can be friends, because this one...
We have left it. Let's discuss. Because there's a guy who told me that, by the way, hey, madam all the time. He's like, I can't be that good.
You wait, they're coming.
Jonah, tuchikole nera.